rejected. So they start giving attribute to the first prophet, in which it is impossible for him to reappear, or any man about him he is predicted to reappear, because their concept of the prophets have undergone a great change. And this is a universal phenomena, again, which is responsible for the rejection of the second prophet which comes afterwards. All the people who have travelled in this direction ultimately reach a stage where either they have to be rejected entirely and a new religion is to be revealed, or they have to be revived under the same book. There is no other choice left to Allah. So, either Allah destroys them and annihilates them, or reveals a new law, or sends a non-law-bringer prophet to them. But whenever he comes, they cannot recognize him. They say that the prophet which we were expecting were of that quality. And that quality is such as has never appeared in any prophet earlier before them. It is imaginary. So a sort of finality idea has already taken root in them. The fundamental of rejection is always this pride of human beings, this arrogance of human beings, that we do not want any interference in our corrupt way of life. Who is Allah to interfere with us? They can't say that. So they say, who is this man who claims that he is from Allah, and on the authority of Allah he is trying to exercise power over us. So this is the analysis of the finality question. This is a time-old question. It has taken various garbs, various shapes, but it was always present in some form at the coming of every prophet, without failure. Otherwise, those prophets would not have been rejected. So it is just an excuse. And whenever a prophet comes, he begins to refute their ideas about the coming of the prophet. And he begins to rectify them. If people of today have a right to question this and say, why were not the earlier people told of this, what has been revealed to you, then the people of those times had the same right. For instance, let's consider Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. When Jewish rabbis started mocking at the followers of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, and asking them where Eliah had gone, why had he not come? According to the scriptures, as we read them, Messiah was to come after Eliah, not before him. Eliah was to work as a glad tider of the coming of Messiah. So where is that Eliah? He was to come from heaven, descend bodily from heaven. He has gone up in his chariot, according to the Bible, and he would descend in a halo of angels from heaven, bodily, physically. That is exactly what is written. So when they must have said to them that it must have been fulfilled spiritually, metaphorically, this and that, imagine their state of mind. They belonged to an age which was much darker in the standard of general knowledge than the age of today. They were more inclined to mockery of such things as spiritual representation or a fulfillment in metaphor and all this, because they are far more inclined to believe in the literal words and literal meanings of words. So that is exactly what they did. When they reported this matter to Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, you know what he said? He said, Yahya, that is Yohanna, is the same Eliah who was to descend from heaven. Believe it or not, he has descended. How could he have descended? He was born before everybody's eyes, that is to say in their presence, and they knew he was born to Zachariah, according to them a holy man, or according to us one of the great prophets of Allah. But whatever the nature, they knew he was the son of Eliah. He had never ascended to heaven. So did they have not the right? That is the fundamental question. To refute Jesus Christ by saying, the earlier people, all the great scholars which have passed between those who made the prophecy and between you, they were kept in total darkness about it. They never mentioned, even remotely, that a person in the name of Eliah would come. We were expecting a person in reality, in essence, palpably in the same body. Yet you say somebody else has come and this prophecy is fulfilled. It's all hocus pocus, we reject it. Had they not the right? They had the right. And the answer was, believe it or not, he has come. The same is our answer. Hazrat Masih Maud was told, because from then on a new era of light was to begin. So the one who ushers in light from heaven, he is told from heaven. He was not a man made like other ordinary religious scholars are made in factories. He had a direct contact with Allah, and Allah had to show him what he could not reach himself directly through his own power. This is why in Brahine Ahmadiyya he goes on suggesting that Jesus Christ has risen to heaven bodily, because that was his own personal knowledge. That was the sum total of the knowledge of the entire Muslim world. It was only when Allah revealed to him then he came to know. So it happened in the time of earlier Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, the earlier Messiah. So if one is to be rejected for that reason, the other should also go overboard. Now they have to be treated in the same bracket as far as this question goes.